Horace goes to sea every moment. Farmer follows her to see the shock he had never seen in years. Horses are magnificent creatures that are so gentle and loving. They make friends with most animals they meet. This horse decided to look to the sea to find the next group of best pals. A British racehorse trainer was amazed to see a pod of dolphins swimming alongside her horses as they relaxed after a hard day's work. Horses Irish Ivy and Costa were trotting along in the water up to the top of their legs when the sea creatures started playing in front of them. Trainer Charlotte Littlefield from Taunton, Somerset, recorded the stunning footage off the coast of Melbourne in Australia, where she now works. The friendly sea mammals seem to be encouraging the horses to join in their fun as they dart in and out of the water. Charlotte, 33, said the appearance of the dolphins is meant to bring good luck to the racehorses and have a positive impact on the result of their next race. She said it is often said that if dolphins choose to visit the racehorse, that the racehorse will win its next start. We train at the beach most mornings to aid in the relaxation of the horse as well as aiding recovery after strenuous workouts, much like the professional sports stars who have ice baths to recover. The dolphins make occasional appearances and love the company of horses, often trying to play with the horses. The connection you feel between the two animals is extremely unique and beautiful. Irish Ivy and Costa were the film stars, and they were fantastic for their first experience with the dolphins. Charlotte represented Great Britain at the Young Rider Eventing European Championships and ran a successful boutique, eventing yard for several years riding at a 3-star level before embarking on a travel adventure to Australia in 2005. After becoming interested in flat racing, she worked alongside several successful Australian trainers before going it alone. Her first runner, Bergerac Droz, finishing third at Kilmore in December 2015. Charlotte has won 4 races and had numerous placings in her first year of training, showing she can compete in the toughest racing state in Australia. The versatility in my training methods helps produce a more enjoyable environment for the racehorses I train, she said. It is also a huge showcase for the most beautiful interaction between land and sea animals, which is something to be treasured forever. Everyone is very excited when the dolphins visit. It's hard to describe in words the experience other than out of this world and breathtaking. It's a real privilege. Another adventure. A woman took her horse Breeze for a relaxing ride on the beach and was amazed at what she saw. When Breeze decided to have a little fun and trot in the water, fins appeared. Most would be frightened if they saw a fin swimming towards them. Luckily, it was 3 playful dolphins who swam alongside them. The woman thanked the dolphins and watched as they chased Breeze in the water. At one point, the woman commended the dolphins on their good behavior. All the while, Breeze was taking in the fresh air and enjoying time with his new friends. All animals in this video seem to be enjoying themselves, and a magical moment is caught on film. Animals will always amaze us if we pause and take notice. This accident was terrifying. A dramatic video shows the moment a rider is thrown off their pony after it is spooked by a small dog chasing it on the beach. Debbie Gallagher, the pony's owner, shared the footage online of the incident yesterday in a plea to dog owners to keep their pets under control. The rider was thrown off the pony named Phylan on Walsey Beach in Wirral, Merseyside. The clip, filmed by the rider, shows the pony's head and neck as the small dog encircles the animal's hooves below. This sends Phylan into a panic, and the pony begins spinning around to try to avoid the dog, which appears to be a French bulldog. Eventually, Phylan makes a break for it and begins bolting, pursued by the dog. The rider tries to maintain control, however, an abrupt turn shunts them off. As the clip ends, the rider is seen clattering on the ground while Phylan runs away. The pony's owner, Debbie Gallagher, took to Facebook to beg walkers to put their dogs on leads when they see horses. She uploaded the footage captioned, "Please, if you have dogs and they are reactive around horses, please put them on leads if you see horses on the beach until the horses have passed." This happened to my pony today, causing the rider to come off and causing my pony to bolt up the beach heading home. Thankfully, the rider was okay and Phelan was caught in the car park before she got to the roads. The dramatic video has been watched more than 15,000 times. Viewer Janine Balson Blythe wrote under the post, "Hope they're both okay." Charlie Turner added, "I can't believe what happened to these was awful. The owner should have seen a horse and put them on a lead." However, Jackie Stevenson wrote, "I take my dog on the beach often. To be honest, I get pretty frustrated at the way people riding horses behave. I walk in the opposite direction when I see any horses and my dog has zero interest, but I've seen people with their horses directly heading towards people with kids and dogs. I don't think people realize how intimidating horses are. They're big beasts. I agree that people should keep their dogs away from horses, but people with horses should stay away from dogs also." A public spaces protection order introduced by Wirral Council in 2018 made Wallasey Beach a dog-free zone in the tourist season between May and September. It is unrestricted during the winter months when dog walkers can let their animals off the lead. Horses are brave animals. Hurricane Florence has had devastating effects on these brave, wild horses used to their natural instincts to stay alive. The Corolla wild horses roaming North Carolina's Outer Banks have emerged unscathed after the deadly hurricane hit, and what a relief indeed. Both Cape Hatteras National Seashore and Corolla Wild Horse Fund confirmed that their equestrian populations are unharmed and safe after the natural disaster. The horses were said to have found higher ground and grouped together in safety from the lashing wind and rain. The island natives also kept a close eye on them, according to Meg Puckett, manager of the Corolla Wild Horse Fund. So far, it's been business as usual for them, out grazing in all the normal spots, Puckett said. The horses are back out at all their usual haunts. The ponies were grazing happily alongside, and seen as horses are highly sensitive to changes in weather. Their natural instincts kick in, forcing them to act on it, and in doing so, led them to higher ground and safety. We're happy to announce that all of the Oracoke ponies are safe and that the pony pen did not sustain any damage from Hurricane Florence, the national park wrote. Naturally, they're meant to be outside and they have high ground and they have thick palaces to hide, Stuska said. Don't worry about them. They've survived for hundreds of years, and we expect that they'll be just fine. Animals have all a natural sense to read the weather changes, and when storms are coming, they know what to do and where to find the best shelter. They're amazing creatures, and everyone is relieved that these horses have found safer grounds and avoided this natural disaster. Truly brave like a warrior in combat? Not at all. A confident horse can seem very brave. Horses are always evaluating their surroundings, noise, movement, people, animals, especially other horses, and things, lots of things. A horse is always a prey animal, never a predator, so they must be on guard at all times. They don't know a horse-eating monster isn't hiding under a blue plastic tarp, or children on a school bus shouting, "Look at the horsey," aren't bloodthirsty creatures looking for a meal. Until they're exposed to a variety of situations, people, things, etc., everything can be seen as a threat, and they have little interest in hanging around to see if they're right or wrong. Could be they spook at a water hose every day. It might be a snake until they realize their buddies are completely ignoring it, or are too often afraid to walk through a big puddle until their rider walks through it first to prove it's not bottomless pit. Examples are endless. But if you hang around young or spooky horses, be prepared to see the plastic bag is going to kill me mode and get out of the way. Horses are unique pets. Outdoor cats are known to wander and dogs expected to get loose, but in Frankfurt, Germany's Frankheim district, they have grown accustomed to a different kind of outdoor pet, an Arabian mare named Jenny. The effervescent white horse strolls lazily through the streets each morning on the same route with no handler in sight. For the people not familiar with the animal, she wears a card that reads, "I'm called Jenny, not a runaway, just taking a walk. Thanks." Jenny has been taking this walk alone for the past 14 years because her owner, 79-year-old Werner Weinzweidel, can no longer ride her. Every morning the old man opens his gates and she trods along the paths they used to take together. Jenny, the Arabian mare, has been walking the streets of Frankfurt, Germany alone for the past 14 years. Before Jenny was a solo traveler, she was part of a caravan. Weinscheindl told FNP. We used to have a second mare, Charlie, and a second white shepherd. There we went as a caravan through Feinsheim, almost 15 years. The we he refers to as him and his wife Anna. Now their riding group down to Jenny and their German shepherd Avida, who sometimes joins her for part of her daily jaunts. Jenny walks her route 8 times a day before returning home for the afternoons for lunch, just like clockwork. Maybe that's because, according to her owner, she has a clock in her stomach and knows exactly where and when the food is at home. The locals have come to expect and enjoy seeing Jenny, and despite the worries of some pedestrians, police spokeswoman Isabel Newman told German news agency DPA that she presents no danger. Weinsteindl works with the police to make sure both Jenny and the other citizens are safe, he told Main Tower. The police know. When someone calls in, the police ask me, Werner, do you know where Jenny is? Yes, I say. Okay, then everything's in order. Jenny has friends and guardians everywhere, even at the tram station. The driver has become familiar with the mare and welcomes her visits. Some people on social media have criticized Jenny's freedom, calling it negligence for her safety and the safety of people on the roads and streets. But her veterinarian, Maren Hellig, said the mare seems very relaxed and satisfied. According to the police, there have been no incidences in all her 14 years of walks. Jenny nibbles on the fresh shoots of a hedge on her daily walk through the Frankfurt district of Frensheim. Jenny walks alone through the Frankfurt district of Frensheim and nibbles on a rose. The poodle of a walker reacts yelpingly when the Arabian mare Jenny meets him on the banks of the Main. Jenny curiously sniffs at the child of Raphael Wenslein, who is on his way to the train on her daily walk through the Frensheim district of Frankfurt. People loved the story, and some even share their own horse tales.